Hey, what's up everyone? Today I'll be fishing a new prototype BFS rod that was sent to me from Matzuo. They sent me two BFS rods right here. I have a 5-foot 6-inch and a 6-foot 6-inch. We're gonna put this guy on a side for now. I'm gonna be fishing the shorter one. I'll be fishing off the banks. I like to use longer ones on a kayak, so let's just save this for a kayak fishing episode. But I do want to start off by saying that the longer rod have one extra guide than this guy here. This guy have 8 guides, while this one here have 9. Anyway, let me put this off to the side. The two rods look identical, so we're gonna just focus on this rod and then we'll go do some fishing. Anyway, this guy right here, again, is a 5-foot 6-inch, and let me read some of the specs for you guys. This whole thing is a one piece, and they're both IM8, so they are very, very stiff and super, super sensitive. So what you guys don't want to do is high tip, your rod, or both flip any fish at all, okay? You don't want to snap that. But it do remind me of stiff rods like the Ijing style casting rods. So likely I'll be fishing very similar ways, throwing some jigs. Anything that you need like action, you need to impart motion using the tip, this gotta be it. So you use some jigs with some plastic, doesn't really have like swim paddle tails, like maybe some jerk shads, right? This is gonna be it. Crappie fishing, this is gonna be it. Maybe some top water baits like stick baits, walk the dog, definitely it. But I won't use it a lot for any sort of treble hook style lures because I prefer to have some flex for those in case the fish run towards you, you lose some of the bend. You don't want to have that slack line when they jump because they can spit out the hook. But yeah, I think if I were to put the drag down, I could still use it for some treble hook application. But it's gonna be a little bit more trickier. But I think any experienced angler should be able to handle that. But yeah, let me read some of the specs for you guys. Again, 5-foot 6 inches. The line rating is 2 to 6 pounds. And the lure rating is 1/32 ounce to 5/16. This whole thing is a single blank, same with the other one. And it's a hollow blank for the majority of it. And it goes into a solid tip. You can see that the handle right here is cork. You see that there's aluminum cap at the butt. And it's a circle. So I think whenever they have a final release version, they probably can slap on a Matzuo logo on this. But yeah, I am liking the colors of this. You have your typical black and then you have some red on it. Looks really, really beautiful. I'm looking at these guides right here. They're not super small. They're not like micro guides, but they're definitely small enough, which is perfectly okay, fine. And yeah, they look like they're ceramic guides, so it's gonna be perfect for those braided applications. So anyway, guys, let's get out on the water and do some fishing. All right, folks, I am at my cast testing pond, my dink pond. Got my water fountain going right there, but you can see the water's pretty darn mucky. So this is what we'll do today. I got the Alphas Air TW right here from Daiwa. I did only a few things to it. I got the Chameleon DIY Spool. Okay, modified the spool just a little bit. I played around with the brakes and everything. I like the stock spool, but I want to modify a little bit and play around with the aftermarket spools to see how it goes. And yeah, so far this is what I have on my spool. I also have Roro bearings, micro bearings on it. I got some thin Varivas braid, super thin. This is from the Trout series, all right? As well as some a nylon, which is a mono for those who are American. Very thin stuff, allowing me to cast super duper tiny lures such as this trout magnet down to 1 gram. You guys check out the information in the description about the line information. They're from Varivas once again. But yeah, 1 gram, right? And this rod right here, this is the one of the 2 rods that Matzuo sent me. This is the MTZ BFS UL56 for 5-foot 6 inches, rated down to 1/32 ounce. Okay, highest end was the highest end is 5/16, and yeah, this is an IM8 blank, so it's pretty stiff for bait finesse stuff. But wow, that got out there pretty easily. I got brakes on 4, by the way, so I gotta play around with the setup. I haven't thrown this reel for quite some time, but yeah, throwing a trout magnet, woo, that's good. Now, I probably won't, oh wow, that went pretty good. Now, I won't throw this for a long time. I just want to throw a few times and then play around with a little bit heavier lures, but right now, it's not too bad. This is a 1-piece rod, by the way, and yeah, it's pretty cool. We got some wind here, but for casting distance-wise, it's not bad. I actually really, really like it. What I want to do is catch something with this, and also let me just play around with the drag for a second. Nope, wrong way. Wait, no, that's right way. I definitely want some loose drag here because we have some thin line, we got thin rod tip, And I'm actually pretty impressed with the thin rod tip here. Like I was playing around with the Crappy Max from Bass Pro Shops. I bought it and I was trying to see how well it is. And when it came to the, you know, front doorstep, popped the tube open and I saw the tip. I was like, what? Is this really going down to 1/16 ounce? Not quite so sure. So I left it at home and decided to grab this guy out instead. I was like, you know what, Crappy Max, you need to sit on a back burner. It's time for Matzuo, baby. Overhead cast. Overhead cast is not bad. For ultralight stuff like this, you always want to do some sort of a roll cast or, you know, a back and forth side cast rather than, you know, overhead cast. Because you never know, man. If it's too light, it's not going to go out well. But my overhead cast right there, it was okay. It went all up in the air and it's catching wind. You can see that it is kind of windy today. So that's not a good thing. But yeah, always roll cast. Row, row, row. Or, like I said a second ago, you sling it back, sling it forward, back and forth. Oh, yeah, that's a little too hard. But yeah, so far it's not bad. You can see that casting trout magnet is pretty easy. Obviously, it has to do with the, you know, everything together, the rod, reel, line, right? But the rod can handle the trout magnet. I'm just fishing around this. Looks like a fallen tree branch. Hopefully there's like a couple of bass or bluegill hiding right next to it, but doesn't seem like it's the case. But I am trying to get it accurately as possible around this tree. So that's why you see me, you know, casting short, right? So yeah, for the rod itself right now, casting into this with this conditions here, you know, light lure and everything, I feel like it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Oh, tip cast is bad. Oh, yep, tip cast not gonna work with this light lure. Backlashing like crazy. Oh, got it. Oh, came off. Gotta put that drag back on. Using a different lure now, but oh, there's another bite right there. So guys, this is what I'm doing right now. I swap over to the Flashback Mini. See, it's being pulled back right now. But yeah, this is the tiny chatterbait from Z-Man. Works really well. If you guys love bait finesse, you guys gotta throw this guy. Because you guys see the water right here? It's pretty mucky green. I wanted something that have a little bit of flash. I wanted something with vibration, right? I want to be able to show my lure to those fish who are seeking the bites. So that's why I switched over to this. And yeah, I'm gonna play around and see how far I can cast this thing. This is an ultralight rod, so definitely can handle this, okay? Question is, how far can I throw, you know? Now, I'm not trying to bomb this thing super far. I have this on 8, by the way. But I have to say, it's pretty good. Like, if you're fishing a pond with this small little guy or fish off the kayak, that's pretty good distance. Now, I'm not gonna measure anything because, you know, this is a prototype rod. Just testing out for Matzuo, and hopefully by the time they come out next year, right, I will flush out any sort of issues with rod, or, you know, if there's any issues, right, and give them some recommendations. And yeah, I can't wait to see what the final product's gonna be. Freaking so cool. BFS is on the rise. Kid you guys not, I just got a fish when I hit the button. But there you guys go, first fish.
Last on.
Yep.
There you go.
Small little guy. Look at that.
That's what I caught yesterday, a little guy.
There you go. Look at that.
Yeah.
All right, off he goes. So one thing about this rod right here, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, this rod right here is IM8 Graphite rod. So it is super stiff. We have a fast tip action here. And if you can see my rod tip right now, this small little chatterbait, and if you guys know me, right, I love throwing this small little chatterbait. There is actually another chatterbait from Mukai that chatters crazier than this, but if you look at the tip, that thing is bouncing. Like, I can feel every little chatter from this little chatterbait, which is great if you guys are into, you know, fishing for that smallest bite, trout fishing, you know, when they just suck that fish, the bait in, right? Sometimes it's hard to feel. I think this rod is definitely the rod to do it. Now the question is, being that it's IM8, you know, there is some trade-off. You know, the stiffer these rods are, the more sensitive they are a little bit more fragile. So you guys gotta be careful. You don't wanna, you know, high stick some fish. You don't wanna boat lift any of your fish, right? That's not a good thing for your tip. But like I said, man, this thing actually feels really good. That one bite earlier from that bass, I felt the whole thing. It tapped my lure, set the hook, boom. So hopefully we'll get a few more fish. And yeah, I'm gonna go around and see where the fish are, because right now, water's mucky, and yeah, after that crazy rainstorm, I don't think the fish are too active right now. Gotta look for them, gotta work. All right, given that this rod is pretty stiff, it's gonna be tough for me to do some of my favorite, you know, spiral cast or some. I guess I could try some flip casting. Hold up. All right, I could do some flip casting. It's short enough. I mean, I'm a short guy, not quite tall, so having, you know, a little drop off right by the side of the bank does help. Look at that. Okay, not too bad. I do like it. I mean, a lot of people do flip cast in many different ways, right? Like some people use a flexible rod and you know, use the bend of the rod to cast it out there. Sometimes, you know, I just use the tip of my stiff rod right here to just, you know, generate the force and just shoot it out. Like if I had a fiberglass, you know, it's gonna be a lot different. Oh, got one. Here we go. Yeah, I felt that tap pretty good. Here we go. But yeah, the water here is pretty mucky. So this chatterbait is probably gonna be on here as I walk around the pond one time, and you know, that's it. That's what I'm gonna do. Just walk around the pond with this guy right here. Quick and easy before the baby wakes up. Anyway, guys, I hope you're spring fishing. Well, today is the first day of summer, but yeah, since it is past spring, I hope your spring was amazing, and I wish you guys super duper luck in the summer times. It's still early in the summer, so there's still some good fishing, right? Pretty soon it's gonna be the dog days of summer. So what does that mean? Well, finance is great, or you go heavy and go fish covers, you know? Whatever floats your boat, right? You guys know me. I fish pretty much in swampy areas, so I go heavy and fish for snakeheads and stuff like that. So, yep, fun stuff. Oh, there we go. Got another one. The chatterbait is doing it, man. Look at that. All right. Bam, bam. Look at that. That is what I'm talking about. Chatterbait flashback mini.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, that's what that guy's talking about. Let's go. So we have the wind blowing towards this way, and I feel like some of the fish, at least this way, and it's usually this way too, because this is the deeper side of things. And man, that guy's sneezing like crazy. All right, let's get it deep right now. I have no idea if like the fish wants to be in a deep or it's gonna be the shallow. You know, I caught most of my fish kind of like lower end of the drop off. So they might be out and about, which is why this chatterbait is not bad. Like you just get out there and just slow roll just like that, and boom, there's another one. That's what I'm talking about. This is it, man. This lure right there is like the magic lure, man. Pretty good. All right, look at that. Let's go, let's go. All right, off he goes. Toodles. All right, we're gonna do this. The smallest frog in the world, smallest whole body frog that is. This is from Papinka. Look at that. You guys can get these from Bait Finesse Empires. 0.8 of a gram. So it's gonna be very, very light. Oh man, I threw it right next to the poop. But yeah, let me get up there and do a few casts and see how it goes. All right, here we go. All right, well, with the wind, it's not gonna go far as anticipated, but you know, I get it out there. I mean, we all know that the Daiwa Alphas Air is amazing. It's a beast of a reel. It's gonna cast super duper light lures. And yeah, no problems casting with this rod. Now, what I wanna know is, with this IM8 fast tip, ultra fast tip rod, right? Can I pull a bass out one of those corners right there? Let's find out. All right, so accuracy is not bad. So that's good. I remember when I took this out, I took the Trout Magic from Fish Band. I have to say, it was very, very, very hard to cast. That rod was, well, although it says ultralight, it's not the best ultralight rod, right? But now that I have this rod here, I think it's gonna be great. I mean, so far casting, it's not too bad. I'm just going very slow and waiting for that blow up. Get it close to these muck as possible. Hoping that there's a fish hiding somewhere here. But yeah, let me get up a little bit more. I don't see anything here at the moment, but it gotta be here soon. We have a windblown muck end right there, so eventually there's gonna be a fish or two. I was hoping there's gonna be one or two hiding around it, the gunk here. That should have one. If not, at least a panfish? Come on. Well, no cigar, guys, but we know this rod can't handle a cast. I will have to take this video to another episode to fish this tiny frog somewhere else. All right, folks, that was one quick fishing session. And when I say quick, it was like one round around the pond, and I got an alert from my baby monitor said, your baby is up and jumping around the bed like a monkey. That's right. He even took off his little sleeping bag, because, you know, I wrap him up in his little sleeping bag, have a zipper and buttons. He took all off, and he was just basically jumping around in front of the camera because he knows that I could talk to him at the camera. So he's like shouting at the camera, "Dad, Dad." Anyways, let's talk about this rod very, very quick. So I fished several lures in this video, right? All of them, so far casting impressions pretty good. One lure I did not portray because, well, the alert came off and yeah, there wasn't enough time to even record. So that was the Sorinoyas pencil stick, right? And it was not bad because it's stiff tip and everything stiff rod. I was able to walk the dog very, very easily, but I did not hook up any fish. So we'll save that for another episode, right? And definitely I want to try the longer one too. I'll be fishing that rod on the kayak. And yeah, so far playing around with this rod, very fun. There's only one thing I don't like about it so far, and that is the bait holder. The bait holder is in a position where I feel like if you have a backlash and you fixing a backlash, right? And you reel back up, it may whip around and get caught on it, and now you wasted some time. And it was a pretty windy day that day when I was fishing. It was not like super strong wind, it was just moderate wind, and a backlash a few times, you know, trying to get accustomed to this rod, throwing, you know, super light lures. Throwing, you know, two of the lures were pretty light, right? So definitely overspooled a few times, and although sometimes it's not like bad overspool, you still want to peel line out to straighten up the lines so they stack up properly. And yeah, I think most of the time with the wind and everything on one side of the pond, because it's blowing a specific way, I was constantly wrapping that thing around the rod as well as the bait holder. So with that said, I think I would suggest Matzuo to relocate that or use a different style bait holder. What do you guys think? You guys can feel free to provide any information, any suggestion you guys want in this video, because Matzuo will be looking. Their goal is to have affordable BFS rods in the market so that everyone could enjoy this awesome style of fishing. So as you guys watch me fish, this rod a few more times, and also, of course, if you guys watch this video, right? Anything you guys didn't like or anything you guys did like, feel free to leave in a comment below because Matzuo will be looking. Anyways, if you guys want to watch me fish this rod more, just let me know in the comments below. I definitely will fish the longer one on the kayak, and also I'll be trying out different lures too, because ultimately I want to fish this rod in different ways so that I could provide Matzuo as much feedback as possible so that they could come out with rods for you guys to have. Anyway, I thank you for watching. Until next time, the fish don't wait, and hopefully the baby is still sleeping while I edit this video.